Welcome back to Heart of a Kid Productions, guys. We're going to kind of go back in time to some Legos that I had when I was a kid and kind of got nostalgia out of the last video that I actually uploaded and thought I needed to pull these out and talk about them a little bit. Anyways, without further ado, here we go. Hey guys, so I actually just uploaded a video a little while ago and I was thinking about the Legos and obviously things that I had when I was a kid. And you know, at the end of the day, you just need to appreciate what you have. And these are literally the 3 Legos I played with like most of my life before I became an adult and then started traveling and earning money. And then now I can afford all the amazing Lego sets that I have. But like I said in my last video, my mom worked her butt off. She had like 3 jobs just to afford a roof over our head and food. But at the end of the day, I mean, she got me some sets and I was just in love with Lego after that. And these 3 sets were ones that I just grew up with. And this one right here, we'll go ahead and pull them up. But this little Lego car with the trailer is my favorite out of my my 3 Lego sets that I actually grew up with. So what's great about this is it has this little car with this little spoiler that goes up and down. And I just love this thing. I love that it does that. And then it comes with your standard minifigure. Let's go ahead and get him out of here. And my guy is so old and so used. His little head just slides right off. But just because I played with him so much. But he is perfect. I even love his shirt. I'm like, it was very plain, but it had something on it. It was cool. And yeah, he works perfect. Perfect. Say hi, little guy. Just like we did to our friends back in the day. So, yeah. So, not only did I love this set so much, I loved that it had this trailer. So this trailer actually comes off, and it even has a little stand. That's freaking crazy, just to hold the motorcycle, you know. I'm like, it's beautiful. And then this car, I mean, for what it was back then, I mean, obviously now you have the 8-stud car, Speed Champions, which can hold car. But this was this is what I used to think. I was like, I'm going to be an adult one day, and I'm going to get myself a convertible. That didn't happen. I got myself a nice, beautiful Honda, but and it's a sporty car, so I love it. But, I mean, look at this. It holds 1 seat. It's perfect. The doors open. Like, that's awesome. Like, the doors open on both sides. I love the color scheme. I mean, it literally has, like, a stripe. To me, that was like, oh, this is like a racing, perfect car to go to the beach. It's pulling its little trailer with the motorcycle. And, I mean, it functioned beautifully. I loved it. Like, yeah, this was my favorite. I literally would drive this around my little room all day, every day. And my brother was always like, can I play with that? I was like, no, this is mine. This is mine. So, yeah, awesome set. Now, this was my favorite motorcycle. Like, awesome motorcycle. Now, if you look at this motorcycle comes with 3 number 3s, so completely on the side. Now, if you notice, kind of hard to tell, but if you look, there's something wrong with this picture. It is missing part of the handlebar. So this side has the handlebar, and this side is missing. Now, I can't remember 100% when this broke, but either I broke it, which God willing, it was me, and I'm sure it probably was, because if my brother broke it, it would have been a major problem. But I was so upset. I remember being upset, remembering that it was broken. I don't remember what happened, but I was like, this is my favorite. And it still functions. I mean, I hold it here, and the guy fits on it perfectly. But I love this because this is like a dirt bike. Because it's got the numbers, and it's black. It looks so cool. I mean, I was like, this is my favorite. And I love that it fits right on this little 1x1 and perfectly sits right there and can get pulled around with the trailer and it never falls off. Like, I could shake it and it doesn't fall off. I mean, and this was, oh, okay. Right? I could shake it and it won't fall off. Okay, I shook it pretty well. It didn't fall off, but it did at the end there. But at the end of the day, like, I would drive this around and I'm like, I'm going to the beach. We're going to the beach with my dirt bike and we're going to go cruising because I lived in California. So the beach was the place to be. I didn't have a dirt bike. I never got a dirt bike. I even had friends that were BMXers that I had met in my apartment complex, which was really cool. But this was my favorite Lego. I even love the white wall or the white tires, like rims. It's freaking. It was beautiful. I love this. So this is one of my favorites that I had growing up. So yeah, literally my favorite. This was my favorite piece, and I played with it all day. And like I said, the guy came with a little hat. His head kind of is a little loose. It stays on there pretty well, but at the end of the day, this was awesome. So let's go ahead and cruise back over here. All right, and we'll go ahead and park over here. Now, the second set I got as a kid was this little itty bitty race boat. So, and I love this thing too. I literally would just, I wouldn't even, it was funny because, like, obviously you're supposed to roll it on the carpet or whatever, like in the water. I didn't take this into the bathtub. I was young, but I still knew I didn't want to lose the pieces to this. So that was funny, especially after I broke off that piece, or it broke. But it comes with this guy, and he's wearing all red. He's cool, a little dusty. He's getting old. Yeah, man. Oh, I should have took him in the water because he's a little dusty. But yeah, he comes with a little helmet, and all the Lego minifigures back then were just the standard smile face, and that didn't bother me at all. It was cool. And his head comes off, and he's completely solid red, no design. But since he's always wearing his little life vest, that wasn't an issue. I never even thought about it. I probably never even took it off. It was always in the boat. Always. Never took him out of the boat. He was always in the boat. But I love that it's a race boat because it has the number 2 right there, which is another thing. The bike had a number 3. So I think this is why I gravitated to this, because I was always like, oh, it's a race boat. I need that. It's a race boat because I have my racing bike. I need my race boat. But literally, I would like hold this in my hand, and I would not like play with this on the carpet. I just would spin the little propeller, and I'd just be like, yeah, he's flying. He's so fast. I was like, it's so cool. And he's red, which is the Flash's color, which is what I identify with. my nickname being the Flash from in the military. And I actually got that nickname from playing volleyball because I was really fast on the beach sand. So a lot faster than most people can run on the sand. So, and I was pretty fast for a little guy. But anyways, yeah, so for some reason I liked racing things. And I used to be a runner. I used to run all the time for fun. There was a movie back in the day called The Indian Runner, a true story about Billy Mills. If you guys don't know what that is, it's called The Indian Runner. It's a great movie, true story about an Indian that became an Olympic athlete and ran in the Olympics. And every time I would run, I would think about that guy. So anytime I would race or do anything, that was my go-to motivation. So I was into racing. So race boat became one of my little Lego sets that I was like, I need this race boat. And it has a cool propeller. So, but it was really cool, and I loved it. And this was on top of my bed. I had a little kind of a backboard where you can put things on. So literally I had my boat, I had my car, and they were always diagonal on the corner right there. And then I had my third one, and that was my pirate boat. So I had them all lined up. They were in a set spot. I knew exactly where they went. And my younger brother actually told me a funny story that he would play with this one. That's why I don't know if he broke the bike. I cannot remember. But he would say, when you were gone, he's like, I would take them and I would play with all 3 of these. And I was just like, and this was years later I found out, but I was like, no, you didn't. And he's like, yeah, I did. And he's like, one time I heard you coming home. I didn't realize you were already in the house. And he said, I think it was the boat. He had the boat, the race boat, and he went to put them all away, and he put the race boat backwards. And the funny part about that was he was scared to death that he was going to find out, or that I was going to find out that he had played with it, because obviously I never face them backwards. They were in a set spot, exactly how I knew. But that day, I think I was busy, or I was watching some of my shows or something like that, and I did not notice. So he said when I left to go to the restroom, he went over and flipped it around real quick to make sure it was properly, so I never found out. Because, yeah, he would have been in big trouble. But anyways, that's my little story about me and my brother. But it was pretty funny because, obviously, these were mine, and I loved them. Now, obviously, I have a little pirate dinghy. I think that's what it is. Pirate dinghy. I love this because it came with the cannon. And what's great, it comes with these little little cannons right here, and you fit them right in there, and you pull this little lever, or shoot it, or push it, something. Okay, it used to work pretty well. Not so much anymore. But anyways, I definitely shot these things. But anyways, I put it in there and shoot them out, and there it goes falling out. But I'd play with this one. And the funny thing is, I remember going to the store, I think it was Kmart at the time, and I told my mom I wanted the pirate ship. There was one of those nice big brown pirate ships with the red flags and the red sails and red and white sails, and it was beautiful. You know, it was about $100, and I remember we couldn't afford that. And I told my mom, I was like, I want a pirate ship. I want a pirate ship so bad. And she was like, oh, she's like, yeah, she's like, I understand, but we can't afford that. And I was like, and I was, I was a kid, so I was just like, okay, kind of down. And as we were walking around, my mom was like, well, she's like, maybe there's a $5, set or something like that. And I saw this one, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I was like, if I can't get the big boat, I was like, I would love this little boat. So my mom was like, yeah, that's fine. So she ended up getting me this little boat, and I built it as soon as I got home. And I mean, it didn't take too long. I mean, I was a kid, but it probably took about 5-7 minutes. Nothing, not even close to that, probably, I'm sure. But I probably was like looking at the minifigure, and I was just like, oh, he looks so cool, because I'm like, he's a pirate, but he wasn't a pirate, obviously. But as a kid, you're like, oh, I got a pirate. This is great. And then I put him in here, and I love that the little the oars, they like fit right in these little slots. So I'm like, oh, he's rowing all the time, and it has this flag. So, and it's funny because if he's rowing this way and the wind's blowing this way, the flag should be like this. But I always had it this way. So the wind was always blowing that way. And then I had my little cannon that I would just shoot off, and I love that it turns all the way. Back and forth, so if you switch it, it can go back and forth on this side, and I loved it. I thought this was really cool, especially as a kid, and again, I still wanted that pirate boat, but I never ended up getting it, but I did buy recently that Barracuda Bay, and I think I did a review, one of my first reviews, and that was amazing because you can actually make it a boat, but I like it as the island with the boat kind of shipwrecked. So, and that kind of probably a metaphor. I like it because I never got it. So it wrecked, and I never got to utilize it. But I did buy the Black Pearl, which I did a review on, I believe, a long time ago. And that was actually, in the middle of my Barracuda Bay island. So I used that one as a port. I kind of made a separate thing. And then there was a port in the middle of that. So it was like Black Pearl was pulling up into that island. But for me, it was something really amazing to finally be able to get the Black Pearl later in life as a ship, because that was a beautiful piece. And I was like, and I think that was one of my first Legos that I actually bought when I really got back into Lego. The Black Pearl was the first Lego that I bought. I was like, I need a Lego, and the Black Pearl. Again, I'm getting old, so I might not be 100% accurate, but I remember displaying that in my apartment as I was in the service, in the corner right above my subwoofer, and I don't think I had any other Legos displayed really anywhere else. So I believe that was my first Lego, or my first Lego pirate ship, because I do have other pirate ships. But I remember my girlfriend, who is now my wife at the time, saw that and was like, why do you have that? And I was like, well, I was either going to get R2-D2 or the Black Pearl. And she was like, should have got R2-D2. Everybody knows R2-D2. That's way cooler. And I was just like, well, I got the Black Pearl because I always wanted a pirate ship as a kid, and my parents couldn't afford it. So I was like, I got this. And it was probably the best purchase I made. Looking back, I'm like, it's worth a lot. It's beautiful. It's got Jack Sparrow, and he's freaking awesome. I mean, Johnny Depp is an amazing actor, but it has all those different characters in there from that movie. And I was like, no. If I would have got R2-D2, I'm like, they remade that again. I still didn't pick it up because I just don't really care for the design of it. So for me, having that ship, it was great. So not only did I have this when I was a kid, now I have the Black Pearl, and I was like, it's amazing. So now I have that Barracuda Bay that I can turn into almost the original ship, I believe. So it's great to be able to reminisce and go back in time and look at these sets. And I mean, I still have them. So, I mean, and that is rare that you would have, you know, Legos from when you were a teenager or even younger, at the end of the day. But these three were something that were very important to me. My mother worked hard just to get me things, just to make me happy. And, you know, at the end of the day, she didn't have to do any of this, you know, but she knew I wanted other bigger things. But I was satisfied with these little $5 sets, and they were, you know, great memories. And my mother had passed right before I turned 18. So, you know, this is really something that I always remember, that she made me feel special. Like I was one of the most important people in the world to her, which we, you know, your kids should be the most important thing. But she worked so hard to take care of us and put a roof over our head and feed us and make sure that we had clothes on our backs, you know, and get a good education. But I mean, for her to just do this and get me three little things just to be like, hey, I hope he's happy, you know, because I see so many kids nowadays, you know, their parent, they want kids, I mean, all kids, they go to the store, I want this, I want this, I want this. I mean, my kids too, we go to the store and like, I'm like, I'm not buying you something every time we go to the store, let alone, you know, once a week. You know, if you get lucky, you might get something once a month, if that, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, when I do get you something, I want you to appreciate it. So, I mean, for my mom, I mean, this is 3 sets in years, and I was so happy and so appreciative. And again, these are probably my pride and joy. This one I actually have under a little container to protect it from dust. These two are actually put away in a safe spot. This one I actually have to dust. I didn't realize how dusty it was because I did have it out, but I do have to dust this one. This one's actually pristine and clean. Maybe the top here, the window needs to be wiped out now. Yeah, that's good. But the top of these little studs need to be wiped down. But other than that, they're kept in a safe place. There'll always be a great memory of me and my mother and what she did for us, and life lessons, you know, teach you to appreciate the little things, because at the end of the day, you know, your parents work hard, you work hard for what you get. And, you know, like I said, now I can afford to buy Lego every month if I want. And I still have a budget at the end of the day, you know, if I have to kind of take time to get things I want later because, you know, I'm spending money on my kids or other things that are important, then so be it, you know. But you get what you want as long as you work hard. So again, sorry for getting on a rant, but like I said, this was me and my mother, something very special. But I hope you guys enjoy this. Please let me know what you think. Let me know if anything has related to you guys or impact you, or you know, memories that you share with your family, or little things that, you know, are nostalgic. I can never say that word correctly, but you know, something that really impacts you. And it's funny that Lego did that for me, you know, and it was a connection that I'll always have with my mother, even though she's gone, God bless her. So, but you know, she worked hard just to go out of her way to take care of us, and you know, provide us with small little things that we can enjoy, and to always remember, you know, that she worked hard just for us. But I hope I can do the same thing for my kids, and I hope they learn the lessons like I learned, to appreciate things and work hard for what you want in life, because that's all you can do. But again, you know, like I said, as long as you have the heart of a kid, you can enjoy everything and anything. And, you know, I have a heart of a kid because my mom instilled that in me and got me things that made me always appreciate, you know. And Lego was a big connection for me and her. And with her not being around anymore, it's just nice to remember great moments that I shared with her. So without further ado, I guess that ends this video. Again, I'd love to hear from you guys. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And thank you for taking the time to even just listen to me. You know, at the end of the day, you know, I'm just trying to share a passion and a hobby that I enjoy, and I hope you guys enjoy just, you know, hearing me out. So thank you for your time, and you guys have a great day. All right. Well, without further ado, I'll talk to you all next time. Thanks for watching.